but it's funny because both coaches, Dan Lanning and Kurt Signetti, they both mentioned how difficult it is. Signetti mentioned how difficult it is to beat the same team twice, especially a good one. We have literally talked like a dictionary level's worth about how difficult it is in our time covering college football on this show to beat the same team twice. And he mentioned that, and obviously Dan Lanning kind of said, "Well, it's hard to beat Indiana once."
Yeah.
So it's funny because you have two psychopaths in terms of like attention to detail going at it. So this game, should be a lot of fun. Look, again, to kind of simplify it, and this is something I've said about Oregon. I said this about them playing Texas Tech. I am still waiting for them to play a complete game. I mentioned it in when we talked about the review and beforehand. I am waiting for Oregon to have like that full 4-quarter game because obviously they had the close game against Penn State before Penn State fell off the cliff. Then they lose to Indiana. And then they had close games against Wisconsin. They scraped by against Iowa. They did blow out Minnesota, which was expected. And then they beat USC soundly. And then Washington was a bit hairy. With that being said, the defense has done a fantastic job this whole time of being the consistent part of this team. They have been able to, at a lot of times, bail out the offense and make sure that, anytime, maybe more made an interception or there was like a 3 and out, the defense would pick up right where they left off. Now, obviously, they know firsthand experience, it gets way harder now because now you have, without a doubt, the best offense in the country that just boat raced Alabama out of the water, and now they're coming straight for you. So I think in this game, like I said, it's going to come down to Oregon playing a full 4 quarters, and it's going to come down to how well the offense performs. You have guys like and that's the frustrating thing is we know how good this Oregon team can be. Dante Moore is still one of the best quarterbacks in the country, and he's got guys like Benson, Winnington on the run game. They have talent everywhere, so they have the potential of pulling off the upset here, and especially with how well the defense is. But even with that being said, even if they play a full 4 quarters, which I think they did a pretty good job against Indiana the first time, Indiana does a fantastic job that if you make a mistake, they will make you pay for it dearly. It's not just like, oh, they're going to score a touchdown. They are going to bury you. One example, look at what happened to Alabama after they got stopped on 4th down in the Rose Bowl. So with Indiana, I mean, the big thing is going to be obviously keeping with the game plan. It might sound like rat poison to Indiana, but there's not a whole lot you should be able to change from the Alabama game to this Oregon game.